Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video of Svelto Performance. Today we're still on the Alpha GTV 2000 commission build. We're going to turn this over to Brad. Brad is going to talk about today's sponsor, Vais Technology. We're testing out their start and stop button system. It's more than just a buy off Amazon and press a button, your car cranks. This is a full security system that we're going to be putting inside of the GTV commission build. So I'm going to turn this over to Brad. Brad's going to go through the system, and then we're going to come back to me. We'll close the video out. We'll talk a little bit about the next video as well. All right, let's get started.
Thanks, Paul. Let's dive into the electronics. Some of the electronics we're going to use on our GTV build. Today, specifically, what we're going to go over is our Vais Technology SEER premium push button system with the optional relay module. So looking at the components, the first component we're going to talk about is the brains of the system. It is the ECU. It comes with several harnesses and several leads. It integrates closely with the relay module we'll talk about here in just a minute. But starting over here to the section with RF and communications devices, what we have are two options for push button. The first option, the one that we're going to use in our GTV, is the plastic push button. Very reminiscent of what you would see in modern cars today. And then a billet option push button, also available, a little bit smaller than the plastic, goes into tighter fit areas. It's very important at the time you choose the solution, you pick either the plastic or the smaller billet button. There are different wiring harnesses. More importantly, there's a different firmware for the ECU. So it's very important that you kind of know which method you want to go, which solution you want for your build, but either work great. Let's move over to some of the RF and communications wireless features. This is the RF antenna and lead. What this does is works with our keys, very much what you see on an OEM key fob, lock, unlock, and a third button for options. This handles your approach to the vehicle. You want this up as high as you can get it, up by the windshield or up on the dash area, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches away from any metal for best reception. That 1.5 to 2 inches away from metal is going to be a key thing for all these electronics as we go through them. But that's just your key fob wireless connector. Next, we'll talk a little bit about the approach antenna. Two antennae are supplied in the kit. You'll place an antenna to the front of the vehicle, behind the dash, and to the rear of the vehicle, maybe in the package tray on a sedan or behind the bumper on a pickup truck. It's important to have them front and rear so that your approach is recognized by the system. Very important placement on these is not near, again, 1.5 to 2 inches away from metal, not behind metal. And they actually provide an option for hard areas that maybe you don't have any other option, that will actually place the antenna up away and allow for placement closer to metal to keep it away from interference from steel or metal. These antennas, since they have to be placed the front and rear of the vehicle, come with varying sizes of RF cables for these antennas. You have two medium-sized cables and an extra long cable. These cables can be cut down to fit the length you need. However, it is important, this is the flying lead for the ECU for the RF cables. You must solder these cables. You cannot crimp or butt connect these cables. They need to be shrink wrapped with the heat shrink to protect them and soldered very carefully. Because they're carrying RF signals, it's very important that they are protected and not used as butt connectors. And finally, this is your fail-safe receiver. If for some reason there's an issue with RF, the battery is low in this receiver, this goes behind a panel in your vehicle 10 millimeter, I think, is the limit of the thickness you really want to get to. But this has to be able to come in contact with this fail-safe receiver. It allows the vehicle to start. All else fails, this receiver has to be available. So generally these are mounted in your consoles or on somewhere on the dash, not too far from easy access with a key fob from the driver's seat. So that's the major components with the ECU and the RF solution for the push-to-button start system and approach and departure passive entry. What makes this kit unique is it also has the relay module alongside it. So this is a custom harness that comes in this kit, in the premium kit, and it seamlessly integrates the ECU to this relay module. So connections plug in with all native connectors. The only thing you're responsible really for connecting would be neutral safety switch, brake light, positive volt, 12 volt input from your brake, and tack wire, things like that, so the vehicle knows, so the system knows that the vehicle's in neutral, in park, the brake is applied so that the push to start can function safely, and a tack signal input so that the system knows when to stop the car from starting and you're in a run state. So this is the relay module. What this does is it handles all the electrical load for your lights, horns, starter solenoid, and transfers the input from the starter button to your actual starter solenoid through these relays. And all that's handled through a heavy-duty flying lead that goes straight to your battery, here, this large red wire. And then these are your accessory and ignition outputs. This handles all the load and feeds power back to your ECU through the custom harness we just spoke about. Finally, this is the final lead. These are your outputs to your car. So this purple wire is your starter solenoid that actually starts the vehicle via the push button. You've got a ground here. You've got lights, blinkers, flashers, horn, lock, unlock, all the functions that you'd want your vehicle to do on approach and departure, lock, unlock, horn sound, and starting the vehicle come through this lead. And that integrates into the relay module. So that's how these components connect together. We'll be using these components to integrate into our Max ECU for our GTV and our American Auto Wire switch and relay panel, fuse box panel. We're going to be creating our custom harness. So this is just kind of the brains of the box, allows the vehicle to be safe, secure, and give us that modern push start that we wanted to have in our GTV. Thanks.
All right, Brad, thanks so much. I appreciate you doing a lot of research working with Vais Technologies to make sure that we got this video, what I think is perfect, showing our viewers exactly how this system breaks down and how we're going to be putting it into the GTV commission build. All right, our next video coming up, which will be part 3, is going to be on the driver's side wiring system. So I say that basically this is your lights, this is your horn, this is your brake lights, this is windows, door locks. Yes, we're putting door locks in the car. This is everything you can imagine to finish doing the wiring for the car. The last, or part 1 of the video, we did the fuel injection system. That one's fully wired, ready to go. So we appreciate you coming along for this journey on the GTV commission build. We're super excited about it. Ready for the next video. That means just one more step closer to getting it to the body shop. So please like, subscribe, ring the bell. It definitely helps us out. And as always, God bless.